What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for being here and joining us for the September 24th, 2025 State of Play. I swear I have a co-host. This is actually on my end, I hope. My name's Bryan. There it is. My name's Bryan Pop in the channel right here with that Parole in the gym, and over here to my left, your right, it's Jammy Hero from youtube.com/@Jammy Hero. So easy. I like it.
Hello.
Hello.
It's great to be here. Excited for another, hopefully, night of not disappointments, or is it? It's not night for you, is it? But it's night for us in the UK. For another State of Play. So yeah, excited to be here. Looking forward to PSVR2 today being announced. So yeah,
yeah. This is actually, they're just going to be sunglasses. That's all it is. It's going to be super simple. And every game is playable in VR. This is the moment you've been waiting for.
At a State of Play that's 35 minutes long. That's the whole. It's going to be the whole thing. Is going to be that.
It's got to be better than a Meta Connect event, doesn't it?
I did watch that the other day.
It was rough.
Didn't go great for Mr. Mark.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say. I did feel for him, but yeah, well.
That's not what we're here for, though. We're here for PlayStation 5. We're here for PSVR2, and typical, man. Is this very, very typical State of Play. We knew it was coming, even though they hadn't announced it. They only announced it yesterday. We knew it was coming so much that I put it in PSVR this week on Friday night. Right?
Yeah.
That's how much we knew it was coming, even though there was no official announcement until yesterday. Like, so this is just typical, like Sony's worst kept secret. They're very good about staying on a schedule, and they're very, very bad about, for whatever reason, trusting all these people who are known leakers. Like Tom Henderson's just constantly out there being like, oh, and this is going to be there, and that's going to be
all
there.
the time.
Let's go. Right? So, but the question on our minds isn't like, oh, is Wolverine going to be there? Yeah, that'd be cool. Don't get me wrong. I want to see Wolverine. But the big question that we're here for is like, what PSVR2 stuff is going to be announced? And I will tell you, Jammy, based on the blog post, you wouldn't think very much. Right, the blog post is just like it was last time. Instead of while you were talking,
it's all good. We're back up to speed.
Yeah, this is why we need a producer over here. This is an absolute mess. Anyway, thank you everybody in the chat for letting us know what's going on. We appreciate you. But Jamie will take it from here and sum up what I said probably much faster.
Yeah. First and foremost, I had exactly the same music jump scare as everybody else. Like, as soon as the show started, I got blasted with the State of Play music, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, we're talking about the fact that 35 minutes plus is the length of the showcase. Sometimes that means like 45 minutes, and they just like to say 35 for some reason. If it is 35 minutes around that, then as you said, Bryan, while the music was trying to drown you out, Saros is going to be one of the games there that's going to take up 5 minutes of that presentation, or around 5 minutes. And that is Housemarque's new game. If you guys have played Returnal, a lot of people love that. I'm very excited for Saros, but that's a big chunk of the show dedicated to this one title that we know isn't going to be in VR, or at least I'm pretty confident in saying won't be VR. So it does beg the question, what are we going to be seeing here in terms of virtual reality? If it's going to be very long, or whether it's going to be integrated into another game, like Resident Evil, for example. But yeah.
Yep. Liber says that was for the last 5 minutes or so. Yeah, the whole fucking beginning of the stream is a mess. So what are you gonna do? It's without Parole. If you showed up here expecting some kind of professionalism or any kind of technical expertise, you were on the wrong channel. So anyway. Yeah, so what we have here, like you said, 35 minutes. The only thing we know for sure is Saros. And so, again, this just like the last State of Play, the PlayStation blog post doesn't really get us into any proper mindset about what to expect, because people are, didn't mention PSVR2. There's not going to be any PSVR2 stuff there. Neither did the last one, right? So yeah, I absolutely think that we're going to see PSVR2 games here, and I mean, people online are doing what people online do, and already trying to leak the entire event. Have you seen? I mean, I guess the most prominent one is the one that's been going around on Reddit, with like basically a full listing of all the games that are going to be shown and for how long. So, how much stock are we putting into these leaks?
Usually, right. I would say usually absolutely nothing. Like never. I would never go, these are legitimate. for one of them is very specific with a certain VR game that is quite like not well known. It's not what I expect a leaker to put in there, if that makes sense. As a kind of a VR trailer, so that puts some stock into it, and the other games are also realistic. But for a state play like this, I'd say it's pretty easy to throw together a list, being like, okay, Wolverine, something God of War related, Saros, and throw in Resident Evil there for good measure, and there's half your showcase pretty much for your list, and then you can put whatever other titles you want in there. So I don't know, it's very easy to put together a fake list, but with that one VR game, which some people may have seen slipped into the middle, it's possible, and it would make sense with its release date as well. I'm being very elusive about what VR game that is, just in case nobody knows. But yeah.
Okay. So we don't want to talk about what the leak is.
We can. I feel like some people already be like, oh, we can be fuck it. Let's be specific. I think because it's a game we already know about.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen the leaks, then we're sorry, but like these are almost never true, and the fact is like we're not expecting. So Chrome Colossus, cover your ears. But the fact is that like Aces of Thunder is on the list, right? And I don't know how you feel about this, Jammy, but like I'm bored to tears of Aces of Thunder. The hype train is off the rails for me. You can only hype so much until everything just until finally you just. It's
been like 3 years or whatever, hasn't it? So.
Yeah, it's just pure exhaustion at this point, right? And so, but I also think the pure exhaustion, if anybody even feels that with me in the community, in the audience, anybody listening right now, let me know. But I could be a little bit alone on this. I think it's only our community. It's only the people who are gung-ho about PSVR2 who are sick of hearing of Aces of Thunder, right? Like we want a release date. Sure, everyone wants a release date, but the people who are going to be watching State of Play, most of the people who are watching State of Play don't have a PSVR2 headset, right? Or they just got a PSVR2 headset and they don't watch Without Parole religiously. They don't watch Jammy Hero religiously. They're not sick of this stuff, right? So it's going to be the first time they've seen the game in a little while. So if it's there, maybe it's not a bad thing, especially if it comes with a release date. But again, I would rather see something new at this point.
I'm with you on that. Like, for people who aren't locked into the ecosystem and everything, like everybody in the chat is, like you and me are, we've been poring over every little detail and every little tweet from the Aces team for the last couple of years. But for other people who haven't been tuned into the VR game showcase, it's been a long time since they've seen anything Aces related. And I think today has a very good chance, regardless of that leak or not, if that even ended up being true. But I think regardless of that, it has a good chance of showing up today with a release date, because we know the store release date that was put up, the latest one that we saw, mistake or not, said late October, which would line up to it being announced now with a release date, give it a month for pre-orders to open or whatever, and then your game comes out. But I would just prefer something new and exciting, whether that comes in the form of a VR mode for Resident Evil or a new game entirely. I find I enjoy these the most when something like Metro or Thief pops up, which I wasn't expecting, basically. And Aces is something I'm really expecting. So yeah, it's not really, I don't know. I hope there's something more if we do get Aces.
Yeah, and historically, State of Plays tend to announce new things. They don't seem to be the place where like it's like, oh, you knew about this game, now we're giving you a release date. At least not for the PSVR2 stuff. If you look back through, you'll see a lot of announcements of PSVR2 games, but not a lot of like updates about games that they had already announced at previous State of Plays. Yeah. So I think this is a place for them to for us to get excited. They utilized the PlayStation blog, they utilized the PlayStation YouTube channel for that kind of stuff, for being like, hey, here's a release date trailer. So I kind of don't think, I personally don't think Aces of Thunder will be there today, and that's sort of because in the back of my mind, I'm sort of expecting Secret of the Mimic to be revealed today.
Yeah, I could see that. It's one that's kind of slipped by for a while, hasn't it? But it was confirmed to be a later date thing, right?
Right. When it was being previewed at events, people were actually using the PSVR2 mode to preview it. So it seemed like that mode was coming along really well. The development of that was like on par with the flat screen development. And then then it went kind of radio silent about that. The game came out and they were like, "Don't worry, the PSVR2 version is coming later." And so it's been months. And since we know they didn't just start development on the PSVR2 mode, that it had been in development for quite a long time to the point where they were able to demo it. I can't imagine it take more than a couple months to for them to finish that up. So, and with October being days away, I feel like this is something they'd want to capitalize on and be like, hey, spooky season is here. And if you like spooky games and you got a PSVR2 headset, this is the moment you've been waiting for. FNAF is a huge name, right? It's still huge. Yeah. It hasn't settled down, right? I didn't miss anything.
I don't think so. I'm not as clued into it as I used to be. But I think so. I think it is still very much in like the public perception, especially with like younger audiences who might be asking their parents for a headset for Christmas if this thing does come out. Because we've already got the other two FNAF games on the headset, but they were kind of older ports for the most part. Help Wanted 2 I know is announced and then came out, but Help Wanted 1 is an older one. But this is like this is a story focused, lots of scares, linear. I think it'll do well. I could definitely see it being announced. And if they wanted to stick to that like horror theme, Resident Evil, man, that's like the most obvious thing. But that's the one where I'm a little bit like nervous now we're getting closer to release date, edging closer and closer to it, is that if that announcement doesn't come, then when does it? But maybe it'd be today, maybe not. Some leakers were saying there'd be a surprise Resident Evil related today, but whether that's related to a PSVR2 mode or to another thing that's been wildly speculated and leaked about in terms of story for that game and characters, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, what we need is literally one still at the very end of whatever Resident Evil 9 stuff is there today that says PSVR2 mode in development, just like they did with Resident Evil 4. And at least this time, we won't have to be like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean mode? What does PSVR2 mode mean? Yeah. Right? Because that's what we did for Resident Evil 4. Is it the whole game? Is it just one segment? What is it? And we got really kind of like anxious about that until they had revealed it. But now if they say, PSVR2 mode in development for Resident Evil 9, we'll be like, okay, cool. Now we can all sleep well at night, right? For the next however many months. And yeah, I do think this is the first time that it really makes sense for them to announce it. It's been so weird with like the way they did Resident Evil 7. It was like day and date, but that was a completely different deal with PSVR 1. And then obviously Village was a completely different deal because Village came out long before PSVR 2 did. So how the hell are you going to make that day and date? And then Resident Evil 4 remake, it's like they announced that it was coming and then went radio silent, and then 4 months or 5 months or 8 months or whatever the hell it was. So there's no template for them to announce Resident Evil games for PSVR 2. But let us know in the chat. Let us know if you guys think Resident Evil 9 is going to be announced today. I think this is the first time it makes sense, although there is a Capcom event happening early next year, which could be where it's happening. I don't know. I just think this is a good time before the holidays, Jammy, right? People are going to be gearing up for the holidays very soon in the next month or two to buy whatever they're going to buy or ask their parents for whatever they want. And it's it just makes sense to get the word out about this early, being like, hey, do you love horror games? Because if you do, this is the one you're going to want to play in VR.
Yeah, it's one where, like, if it's in development now, that's all they got to say. It doesn't have to be a gameplay snippet. It doesn't have to be anything like that. It just has to be confirmation of something, and that'd be me happy. And then I'll know to avoid everything about the game when it comes out and just jump in when the VR mode's out. Because that's what I did with Resi 8. I wasn't massively into the franchise as much as I am now, but I still kind of avoided everything about that game, and then have the hopes maybe it get a VR port, and then it did, even though that was a bit more far-fetched. But it just depends on the Sony funding, doesn't it? From what we hear anyway. And whether that be revealed at a State of Play, if it is Sony funding because they'll want to show it off themselves, or whether it's at Tokyo Game Show, which is this week, which would be a bit confusing because why wouldn't you just announce it at this event if it is going to be there, or a Capcom event at some point? There's a lot of different opportunities, but it's hard to predict. And there is a universe out there, I think, where we get nothing about PSVR 2 for the game. It comes out and there's no port. I think that is in the realm of possibility, but I'd still lean towards it being ported if I had to pick between one or the other. Yeah.
Let's keep it positive, right? We'll hold out hope until there's no hope left. We got GC13, the Diet Pepsi Cat in the chat with a $10 tip, says, can't stay, but I wanted to create an awkward moment for Bryan where I say this money's for Jammy, even though it won't happen. Well, you know where to find Jammy if you want to give Jammy some money, man. This is It's not. Listen. You giving me money is not as awkward as you think it is. So keep trying to make awkward situations happen, Tiff. Looper, the Underground Game Cat with the level 3 membership says music. Yeah, we know. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We're okay now.
I know. Well, you're okay. I'm never gonna recover from it. I'm broken now. Kill Artist 1, the Dreamweaver Game Cat with a $5 tip says had an hour to play Surviving Mars before the show. Man, this game is addictive. Brian, I found the cave. Good. He was trying to find something. I had to direct him to the cave. Life is good. Glad you're enjoying it. Samson, I want to talk to Samson with the level 2 membership. What's up, dude? Thanks for all the support, you guys. VR Trooper says, hi, team. Aces of Thunder and Light No Fire today. Whoa.
Didn't think of that. Did not think of that. That's a good shout. And that would be, with the way that the No Man's Sky team, Hello Games, talk about VR, that's another game I'd expect it to be kind of taken advantage of and leveraged. I think that's definitely a possibility.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder. So, I mean, they didn't even announce platforms for this, right? For Light No Fire when...
I don't know. I feel like somewhere there will be some document by Hello Games saying PS5, Xbox Series, whatever the fucking letter it is. And I think Switch 2 as well. Because No Man's Sky, apparently the port is pretty good. I don't have a Switch 2, so I don't know, but apparently it's pretty good.
I think it'll be playing Cyberpunk, so...
Yeah, that's a good choice though. That's okay. But yeah, I definitely think with that outlook on VR, it's similar to like the Resident Evil team saying that VR is their favorite way to play immersively in the games. I think it's a similar outlook from Hello Games. I don't know whether that'd be here or whether that'd be at, say, the Game Awards at the end of the year. I don't know because I believe their reveal wasn't at a State of Play, was it? If I remember right.
I don't
know.
Yeah. No, but
it might have been at a Jeff Keighley event.
It might have been. Yeah, actually, that sounds right. We'll see. The No Man's Sky launch is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but Hello Games was also, I believe, right? Hopefully, I'm not making that up. I kind of think that that's a possibility here. Like, I think Hello Games has this great relationship with PlayStation. And I mean, obviously they were a much smaller team then. They needed a lot more assistance. Sony helped fund No Man's Sky. Like it actually says Sony Computer Entertainment America the second you start up No Man's Sky. It still says that. I think they published, and so they've got a great relationship. But like this might be Jesus. Am I still having audio problems? Hold on a second. Check. Yeah, my mic suddenly got quiet. Wow, dude. Wow. Typical without Parole.
There you go, you're back.
Yeah. I actually grabbed a new mixer because this audio problem seems like it's keeps happening like almost daily. Oh. So I'll have to see if I can jam that in before Friday.
Got to jump scare everybody by putting it to maximum.
Yeah. Yep. Or just blasting some music. I feel like that's what we expect.
Yeah. It's the other option.
Slapping that ass with the level 1 membership says Shooty Fruity remake announcement or I riot. Shooty Fruity remake announcement. Bro,
you might be right.
Oh, yeah, I think you just get it out of the way now, right? Just start now, set some fires, tip over some cars, and then come back and enjoy the show because yeah, that ain't happening. Although, Jamie, I know this is just never going to happen, but it's just like I desperately am waiting for the day for Sony to be like, hey, we do care so much about VR, and let's talk directly to the VR gamers, right? They can have their own little showcase or state of play where it's like VR centric. This is all we're going to talk about. If you don't care about VR, you can stay the fuck away. And they start talking about PSVR1 remasters, and they talk about that. Oh no.
Hello, I hear you again.
Good. Is this on my end?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. YouTube is telling me I've got an excellent connection.
We're back. We're back.
Okay. That was
good. Weird.
I'm waiting for something bad to happen on my end. Everybody in the chat is saying we're back. Did my internet just go out for a second? I have no idea what happened. All right. Well, hopefully we got all the trouble out of the way.
Yeah.
Before the show started.
I don't know what's going on today. Like my camera decided to not work before we started the show, and then all sorts. Yeah. Hopefully that's it.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. All right. Good. So, great. Oh, my audio's out of sync. Wonderful. There's nothing I can do about that. What's going on? Right, I didn't change anything. So I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm sorry. There's. Oh, we're both.
Both of us.
Thanks, Slipper.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well.
Audio sync is fine for Chrome Colossus. Maybe restart like your streams, everybody, if that'll help. Yeah, refresh. I think we're okay. Let's proceed as normal.
Okay, audio sync is fine. We're good. We're good.
We're okay.
We're back up and running. Tornado says everything's fine, and that's all that matters. Comic Book Guy's here with the level 2 membership. What's up, Comic Book Guy? He says hi.
Hello. You've joined us at a very technically fine time.
All right, man. So listen, we got 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes before this thing starts. We talked about the big things that could possibly happen. What else could possibly happen? What else could we possibly see here today that I mean, that I don't know, that wouldn't surprise you? Like, are there any things that just seem like natural, completely natural for this kind of event?
I think we've been having a few more Microsoft ports come over. From what we're hearing, Microsoft Flight Simulator will be the next one. It won't be VR supported, of course, when it comes over. Otherwise, your console will probably explode, even the Pro. But that's an exciting one that may be here. We know it's coming at some point. This would be a no-brainer to have it here. Quite a big title. On the VR side of things, not really other than what we've covered, to be honest. You know, Resident Evil 9 would be a dream. Secret of the Mimic would be not that expected, but like maybe a good one for Halloween. And then Aces of Thunder. I won't say I'll be disappointed because I'm really excited for that game. But I'll be content with that because my hype level for the game is still there. But I understand if that's here and it doesn't please some people, that's completely fine. And I get that. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else VR related. Oh, maybe the Hitman update as well. They were teasing on their social media not too long ago. They said that's imminent announcement. So maybe that'll be here as well. Whether it's whatever the update is, maybe freelancer mode or so. So yeah, Ace Combat 8 would be a dream too. Actually, that's a good shout, Julian Fricker. Thank you. But these are pipe dreams.
I mean, listen, it would be the best place to debut anything related to Hitman VR, right? Because the PSVR2 version is a completely different version than all the other versions, and so if you're going to do it, then a Sony event would be a great place to do it. Especially if Sony feels like they're lacking and they don't have anything like really, like a big new game to announce. But I just don't see. I know I already said this. I don't see release dates happening today, and I'm ready to be proven wrong. But okay. maybe I just don't have my finger on the pulse of what state of plays are actually all about. But for me, it tends to be like, hey, here's two VR games, and maybe like sprinkle in VR support for like one, maybe two other games. We saw it with like Dreams of Another and Luminous Arise, right? And so that kind of stuff could happen. But I expect to see two actual VR games. And then maybe hybrid support for like one, maybe two others, which is I think as optimistic as anybody should be.
I would be really happy with that. Two new games, because I think it was with the VR game showcase that I really, really enjoyed, but there were a few announcements there that were kind of like catch up ones, and I still appreciated that, like the campaign overview of Ace of Thunder and stuff like that. But I think for an event like this, I want new announcements. That's what this is for, like you say. So I would be happy with two brand new games. No matter what they are, having something fresh to look forward to is always what I want to come out of this with. But the dream, is probably Resi 9 for me today. I don't know if that's going to come to fruition, but you never know. Fingers crossed for that.
All right, I'm going to jump over to the PlayStation YouTube channel here just to make sure that we're all on the same page and that we don't miss the beginning of this thing. All right, cool. I got that up and running. Let's go over here. We'll go full screen. Also, what's up? GameCat Andrew Ehrenreich with the $5 tip. Says, sup, Bryan? Sup, Jammy? Happy State of Play Day. Let's fucking go. I'm at work. But gonna try and watch. Hope we get some good announcements for Halloween. Hell yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And we also got 90 native backlog GameCat with a level 1 membership. Says probably the October games for Plus Essential too. Yeah, hope and let's hope there's some PSVR2 love given there. That'll be great.
That'd be cool. We don't really get that very often, or at all anymore with Essential, do we, with VR games? We used to quite a bit with PSVR1, but yeah, not so much PSVR2.
All right, let's see here. Let's start turning up the volume, like it was. Yeah, maybe not all the way.
Music.
Yeah. Oh man, what do I? This is like the worst possible way to start the stream. I like when that kind of stuff happens. I feel like I never recover from it. I feel like I never recover from it.
We bounce back. We bounce back.
Yeah, I'm glad you were here because you helped me bounce back. All right, we got some music going on. We got 1 minute to go. I got 1 minute and counting. 59, 58. Where are you at with your timer? 57, 56?
I'm a little bit ahead. I'm going to press back. And
52,
I'm now
51, 50.
Yeah.
48. Okay, good. All right, good. All right. All the craziness behind us. Ready for nothing but awesomeness in front of us. Hopefully you can hear me over the music. I didn't turn it up that loud, but it's a little loud. Let me make sure that this is running in HD as well. And here, interact. Nope, that's not it. What are we doing? Interact here. Bro, I need a producer so bad for these shows, especially when we have like a...
It's what gives it charm, Brian. It's what gives it charm.
Yeah.
All 15 seconds to go. Let's see. Ooh, final disappointments, final predictions, not disappointments. Final predictions, everybody in the chat.
Come on, guys. Everybody, make it happen, right? Power of positive thinking, right? We're going to, with the laws of attraction, we're going to bring Resident Evil 9 into existence. Let's go!
Yeah. Opening with Saros, are we? Imagine.
You think we're gonna open with a 5-minute presentation?
Maybe. I just saw the sun and it looked like Saros, but I might be wrong looking at the architecture here. I don't know.
Yeah, this would be a weird way to start. It'd be way too slow to start an event.
Yeah. Although, remember that one time they opened with Concord for like 8 minutes?
Yeah,
that was really bad.
Oh, maybe they'll do a little reveal and then later in the show they'll do
yeah.
That's what I bet they're doing.
Scan for Soltari signals.
Signal corrupted. Approximating.
Looks beautiful though.
Yeah. Is that the thing from the ridge?
Kind of looks like a terminal.
Confirmed.
You better stay out of my way.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Gregory Loudon, Creative Director at
We might be in for the 5 minutes.
Today we are thrilled to show off this first look of gameplay for Saros running on PS5. Saros builds on Returnal's award-winning action and tells the emotional and haunting story of Arjun Devraz's drive for answers on the shape-shifting planet of Carcosa. Here we show off one of our exciting combat features, the Soltari Shield. By holding R1, you can defend yourself and absorb projectiles.
I know Returnal had a really cool VR mod, and that's about it. I still haven't played it, but I've heard good things.
It is such a shame that Returnal never got official PSVR2 support. That would be...
Yeah.
Right? People are like, oh, it couldn't be done, and then it got the mod, and everyone's like, yeah, it absolutely can be done. What are you talking about?
You can now hit back hard using your power weapon. By holding the adaptive trigger on L2, you'll be able to destroy enemies using Eclipse-driven weaponry.
That gun is shooting the most particles I've ever seen in a game ever. For like, it's basically just throwing sparks out.
Yeah, for sure.
Mark it on the map.
Here is a Soltari
hololog. First impressions, I'm like, this doesn't look like anything special, right? But I do know but Housemarque makes fun games, and they've always made fun games. Yeah. So I'm like, it doesn't, it doesn't do a lot for me. But knowing the pedigree of the studio, I'm down. Why couldn't this have VR support? Like, this is not showing anything that couldn't be done in VR.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we've got, like, Hellsweeper, Hellsinger that have these sort of fast, jumpy gameplay styles. Like, it works.
Yeah. Yep, I think and that's what a lot of people are scared about. I think they're like, oh, it's just too fast for VR, it's just too fast, and then RoboQuest is like holding my VR, so that's going to be interesting.
That's still this year, right? I think. I want to say.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I think the flat to VR stuff is RoboQuest and Out of Sight VR. And,
yes. I did play a bit of Out of Sight on Steam. And I played like an hour and a bit, and then I stopped because I wanted to play it on PSVR2. But it's I really enjoyed that.
Nice. Looking forward to it.
Come back stronger.
How far are we into this? Out of curiosity.
I don't know.
We are 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I guess most of it gone, to be fair. Of this gameplay look.
Yeah. Well, Dar says, "Okay, we get the idea." It's like, yeah, I'm with them.
Yeah.
It's always nice when they do a like a separate state of play where they do a deep dive into something, right? It's like, hey, we're going to do
like the
20 minutes.
Ghost one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Unfortunately, this is just not that exciting in a really slow way to start off the show.
Hope you love that first look at gameplay.
Yeah, hopefully it picks up.
To revealing more on our mysterious and moving story and our amazing ensemble cast of NPCs in the coming months. Next year is when you'll be able to play Saros on PS5 and enhanced for PS5 Pro. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to share more from all of the team working on Saros.
That was like 4, yeah, that was really not too much.
Okay, well that could have been so much worse. All right.
I would like to see a bit more like this. Like this is showing loads of different environments and stuff like that, rather than those 4 minutes were very much the same hallway.
Yep.
That looks cool, but I'm done with it now.
Yep. We're all good. We're all good.
This guy looks like the demon that haunts my dreams. That's not very nice. Oh dear. March 20th.
Didn't expect a release date.
No, neither.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our first PlayStation Studios game. Done and dusted.
Yeah. Hopefully it will not be the last.
Yeah.
Especially if, Wolverine is all but confirmed, so.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's been 4 years as well. It's been so long since that game got announced, man. I was so excited for it. I was like, oh my god, a Wolverine game by Insomniac, and Jesus Christ, I'm going to be all the way through university by the time it's out. Between the time it was revealed and the time it's out, like.
She's been shelved for 5 years. The parties marked her as a failure.
She won't have to do it alone. Her old squad is still out there.
I thought they'd all been ripped to shreds.
Probably, but she can scrape what's left of them back together. Lead them to their deaths all over again.
And what if she butchers it like last time?
We'll do what we always do. Throw more assets at the problem. We have plenty more.
I guess. She's a pathetic, fragile embarrassment. And her methods are so
Everyone in the chat saying this looks like a follow-up to Disco Elysium, which I didn't play, but looked right up my alley.
Long-range missiles get results.
It's meant to be one that's good on Steam Deck as well, so I might have to pick that up at some point.
Nice.
We're at the end of history. Everything that could go wrong already has.
Although I've been using my Steam Deck for emulation recently more than anything else, but...
Hey, man. You're not going to hear complaints from me.
Planes, flight sim.
Is it flight sim time?
I believe so.
All
those
right.
interiors look too nice to be, and look at those clouds, baby.
Wow. Yeah. All right, come on, VR support.
Oh, yeah.
This could be the state of planes if it was this and Aces of Thunder.
State of planes. That's nice to see flight sim announced though, and this wasn't on any of the leaks before. It's just one that we knew was coming. So
right. So
I don't
all
think those
leaks
accurate.
That's right. Fuck them all.
This game though, the previous one was really big. It was like 150 gigabytes Flight Sim 2020, and then 24 came out, and this relies on streaming, so your Wi-Fi has to be pretty quick to stream the textures in real time. So the game size is small, but it does that. So if it's really annoying that I think for like the really high fidelity stuff, you're gonna need quite quick Wi-Fi, but the game when it's running its best looks so good. It does have VR on PC, yes, but it takes a tanky PC to run. December 8th.
Wow, almost here. Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right.
Love to see that. There's one of my predictions done, so that's me done for this state of play. I'm probably wrong about anything else.
Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! PlayStation VR2 support in development!
Hostiles inbound.
Bro!
Meters enclosing.
We just got it!
I got 2. East side.
What the fuck?
I got 3 west side.
Wait,
I was...
Execute.
how did they just sneak that in? Why did
I'm
there a logo?
rewinding back.
2.
What?
What the f...
1.
Bro, that was like, we did not expect that.
I missed that until you said it. I was like, ah, cool, flight sim, sick.
I thought it was like daydreaming or something. Like, what? This can't
I
be
know
real.
some people who will buy a PSVR2 possibly for that as well. That's a real... Holy fuck.
That's so big. That's so big. It's so big. I didn't expect it.
I never... Whoever in the chat said VR support on PC could happen for PSVR2 and I told you to shush, I am so sorry. You were so right. I'm a fucking idiot.
Bro, our top 25 list just got way different.
Oh, man. What am I looking at here, by the way? I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, who cares? No. It's...
Oh. Is this? This is Battlefield 6. I mean, I'm really excited for this as well, but goddamn.
Yeah, no, for real. Oh, man.
I need to pay attention to this as well, to be fair, because I'm really like this is high up on my hype list, this game. But Jesus Christ, flight sim!
Wow, I know. It just went from kind of semi bad mood to being like this unbelievable.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
Fuck,
I'm Sid Schumann.
I cannot
Sean
believe
and I
that.
are back to share news and release dates for games.
Especially since Xbox Game Studios. It's like
Yeah.
we're gonna get
We've
the
not seen this
ultimate
in so
version
long.
on PlayStation. How crazy!
It launches October 10th on PS5.
I can't believe that.
Now, let's celebrate one of my favorite games.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that Battlefield 6 trailer later because I'm actually really interested in that. But
Right.
Jesus, man.
Deus Ex returns. This PS5
I didn't see the
remaster is a
the PSVR2 in development thing. So I thought you were fucking with me for like 10 seconds, and then I rewind.
classics like Tomb Raider.
Wait, the logo wasn't there
man.
when it should have been. The logo wasn't there with the PS5 logo. Like that would have been.
You play as JC
Wow.
Denton,
What the fuck?
an augmented operative.
Dude, this
Have they
Deus Ex
tweeted about that?
remaster. This Deus Ex remaster would be so good in VR as well. I mean, I know that we say that about every game, but
Yeah.
Deus Ex in VR would be awesome.
Deus Ex
Oh, man.
I wonder when that'll come then, that support.
Well, they said it's in development, right? And I think they
Yeah.
they purposefully said it afterwards so that we're like it's not going to be
There's
there.
like a bit of a
early next
Right.
year.
All right, almost Halloween.
It's almost Halloween, and you know what they say? Everyone's entitled to one
That's.
good
I mean,
scare.
I'm happy now. That's it. That's it. I don't care. There can be nothing else here.
Death comes
Yeah,
to
that's all we needed.
Haddonfield in Halloween the Game, a tribute to the John Carpenter classic. The team at Ilphonic invites players to an asymmetrical horror sandbox where you can play as a civilian survivor or Michael Myers himself. In each game, it's up to you as survivors to save these hapless townfolk or to hunt them down as Michael Myers. He possesses unique abilities like shape jump, allowing him to move
This is
around
very
the map
much like the
unseen
Friday the
and pop
13th
out where you
game,
least
then.
expect him.
It's all like Dead by Daylight clones, right? Like similar.
Yeah, like this. There was a. It's become a bit of like a cult classic. The Friday the Friday the 13th game, which came out with Jason Voorhees, and it was a load of fun, really janky, but at proximity chat, it was a great time, especially with friends. And that got shut down last year, I think, or like some point this year. And I think this is now possibly maybe by the same studio or same idea, really. So I think this will do quite well. But yeah, it is that Dead by Daylight style clone game thing. Play some PSVR2, man. Phil Spencer, I can't believe I'm going to say this. You've done a very, very good thing there.
Right. Let's just shut down the stream, man. Like that's it. It's not going to get better from that point on. This is the biggest thing. I see Wes in the chat. Hopefully you're paying attention, man, because I think it's going to be the headline of Gamescast tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be immediately after this as well. I'll go off and record Xbox are doing a thing. Yeah, mate, crazy.
Yeah, it just seemed like so. It would have been the greatest thing ever, but also the least likely thing ever to happen.
Yeah, I would not have in a million years said before this start. I would say no way, hardware limitations wise, and Microsoft do not care.
Right.
But this brings back like all the other VR. I mean, whether it's a decision that Asobo the studio wanted to make, or whether Microsoft pushed for it, it could open up if Microsoft decided to push for this. Maybe they would do Minecraft again. Maybe they would do, you know, Fallout, Skyrim again.
Dude, you know that somebody at Sony cares about VR, and somebody at Sony was pushing for this because Microsoft wouldn't just do it out of the goodness of their heart, right? Like, and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna release a superior version on PlayStation 5. Somebody at Sony is pushing for this.
It's gonna take some money and work getting that game to run even reprojected stably on PSVR2 at a good-looking resolution. So I wonder where that money's coming from. I'd love to be a fly on that wall and see where that's changing hands. GT7 and Flight Sim, as who was saying that Shapeshifter, the Anomaly Game Cat, those two on the same system is crazy, absolutely crazy.
I guarantee you, Flight Sim is going to be a reason to own a fucking PS5 Pro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll make the upgrade for that. You know.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm content now. That's it.
DJ Dirty Yellow says they saw how much the fake one sold.
Yeah, that's true. I feel so bad for everybody who bought that, man. Jesus. Another real thing.
I feel so bad for everyone who cares about whatever's happening on State of Play right now.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
All of this just pales in comparison, and it's all flat screen stuff so far, and it's like sorry guys, Flight Simulator 2025 in VR is, I mean, just again, it's going to shoot it right to the top of our top 25 list. It's going to be just an absolutely incredible experience. Can't wait for it.
Like being able to go anywhere on Earth in VR, in a plane, hopefully even if it was not sense controller supported, even though it is controller support on PC, so I hope it would be. But even if it's just gamepad, I would still be happy with that.
Absolutely. Somebody in the chat said they flew into their own house and crashed into their own house in the Flight Simulator.
Do that in VR.
Up next, 2 announcements from Koei Tecmo Games.
That's so
including a release
cool,
date
man.
for Neo 3.
So cool. Woo!
It is I who will be shown.
If you get anything else PSVR2 related, because I'm happy. So.
What it means.
Bro, if we get Resident Evil 9 in Flight Simulator, in the
that would be the best we've ever got.
The best we ever got, right? And I got to be honest, man. This is like some of the best we ever got already. Like
like that alone is from Microsoft of a game like Flight Sim. Could have given me 1,000 years to make guesses, and I would never realistically have said that.
Yep. Anything. This just proves that anything is possible.
Jesus.
One must prove their might.
I'm hoping at some point, like they elaborate on specs before the launch of that, so we know what to expect in terms of res and frame rate and stuff. I'm sure that, there'll be a PS blog about it. I'm sure after this. Surely, right? Talking about the port.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the PlayStation blog now that you said that. Oh, there's already a blog post.
Is there?
Yeah. We'll read through it after the show. We've only got another 15 minutes or so of this.
I wonder if they'll really talk about PSVR2 support at all, or whether they'll be mostly focused on the PS5 version.
Are they remastering a PlayStation 2 game? An old Dynasty Warriors PS2 game? Like, what is this?
Yeah. Looks like it.
I think AJ will be happy about this. These games never really did it for me. I always found them to be technically impressive, but always ultimately kind of boring. That's gonna be
how far are we into this show?
19
We're like 15 minutes in, man. We're not even halfway through.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I bet we're gonna have. I still think we're getting two more PSVR2 games. It's still happening.
I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna be more reserved. I'm gonna say one, or one more mode, or one more game. I don't think. Yeah, I don't know.
Because before the show,
I feel spoiled.
I said two PSVR2 games, and then maybe one or two hybrids. So we got our one or two hybrids already. I'm still waiting for our two PSVR2 games. Yep.
I'm gonna say one, just to be. Yeah, I feel like we've had enough.
Need I remind you that tampering with history is strictly forbidden?
Such a big get though, is Flight Sim. That's just like, yeah, that's just shifted a lot of the public perception around the headset at the moment. That's going to do a lot.
Let's go.
And if they paid for Flight Sim, surely other flight games like Ace Combat and some, I mean, surely Resident Evil 9, surely they've, I don't know, man. Depends where the money's coming from. This, yeah, exciting.
Yeah, no, I mean it's clearly clearly coming from PlayStation. They're like,
yeah.
It really opens the door for, I think, pretty much anything.
Yeah, agreed.
That was one of the least likely candidates to get VR support, and now, damn. I haven't really cared about most of the flat screen stuff that they've showed, but like again, all I needed was that one big get, and it was suddenly massive.
That's, yeah.
Back in
Awesome.
June, Final Fantasy Tactics, the
I'm gonna have to rewatch this state of play after this to take in everything else that's been announced.
We're joined by the game's director, followed by news from other special guests who are joining us just as Tokyo Game Show kicks off in Japan.
皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジータクティクスイバリーズクロニクルズのディレクター前広です。プレイステーションで発売したオリジナルのファイナルファンタジータクティクスから30年近く経った今でも多くの方がこのタイトルをお気に入りの一本として挙げてくださっており、オリジナルスタッフの一人として大変嬉しく思っています。今回イバリーズクロニクルズという新しい形で再び皆様にお届けできることに我々もワクワクしています。フルボイスや難易度調整などファンの方はもちろん、これまで遊んだことがないプレイヤーの方にも快適に遊んでいただけるように様々な工夫を行いました。
Do not feign concern for me. I see your words for what they are.
Yeah, we've gone from, no real flight games to, I mean, we've had like Project Wingman, and I did
Ultra
like
Wings.
Ultra Wings. Yeah, I did enjoy Ultra Wings, but like in terms of like a AAA, I would say like your GT7 equivalent, we've had nothing on the set for that sort of level. And now Aces of Thunder for your PvP and Flight Sim for your simulation open world.
I mean, what else do you need, right? Yeah, you got everything now.
Sorted. I guess the very greedy person in me would say I want modern jet dogfighting, and that's where Ace Combat would come in. It'd be perfect, but I mean, I can't really ask for more after what we've got to do.
いよいよ発表できる時が来ました。はい。タイトル名はレッド・イット・ダイ・インフェルノです。なるほど。ということはレッド・イット・ダイの正統後継作品ってことですね。はい。開発チーム頑張ってます。このゲームは近接アクションとローグライトを軸に PVPVE の仕組みを。
I mean, it really does show you that, like, it's a good reminder to everybody who owns a PSVR2 headset or has been like hesitant to get into it. That like it's going to be a slow burn, right? Like, we may not be getting like AAA titles every single month, but we are getting, like, we just got Hitman, and now this has been announced. Like, they are coming. They're just going to be coming slowly, and VR is just growing slowly, right? So it's definitely just about being patient, and never giving up hope, because there always seems to be something exciting on the horizon.
It's an indictment of the gaming space at the moment, as well as like we only have a couple of really big AAA games a year, like the Sony produced ones or Microsoft produced ones, and that just kind of trickles down to VR. And like if we get one or two games, preferably maybe like 2 games a year that are like Hitman level, the amount of content in Hitman and the amount of content in Flight Sim over the course of like a 5-year headset lifespan, that builds up a bit of a portfolio along with the third-party stuff, obviously, and the AA games. But it's a lot, you know. You can really get stuck into stuff like that.
And I mean, and that doesn't even take into account like just all of the single A games that we get from like, you know, Vertigo or whoever else, Skydance type things. Yeah,
like, those are fantastic in their own right, and like having this stuff on top of it's just great.
Right. This music sounds nice. I'm gonna turn it up.
Colossus says, did we know about Flight Sim beforehand, or was it a previous redacted? From my reaction, you can tell I had no idea.
Right. Yeah, anything that big tends to be beyond my grasp, right? Most people are not telling me about stuff like this ahead of time. It is again the stuff that is like what you consider single A stuff that we tend to know a lot more about. But yeah, this is. Like, I'll just be completely honest with you guys. I didn't know about Microsoft Flight Simulator. If Resident Evil 9 is happening, I definitely do not know about that. Like, I will be just as surprised as you guys if it gets announced today. So, which is why I kind of like not knowing sometimes, right? Just 'cause I like being surprised.
Agreed.
Those moments of like pure, excitement. I don't know. I would hate to have to fake that. That would be silly.
Yeah.
世界初公開映像いかがでしたでしょうか。本作は洋館を訪れた編集者が終わらない物語が描かれた原稿用紙にとらわれてしまい、そこから脱出をする。
This looks nice. I would play this on my Switch. I'm trying to maintain some kind of momentum here. Like,
yeah, it's a cozy art style. It's cool, you know.
I'm actually just reading the PlayStation blog post about Microsoft Flight Sim over here on the side. It's like, that's all I want to do right now is talk about that.
At least it's not like an hour and a half long stay of play, you know. At least it won't be too long till we can just dive into that.
Yeah, we got 7 minutes left, 8 minutes left. Actually, they said at least more than 35 minutes, so.
More than 30, I guess, yeah.
10 minutes left.
I mean, if Wolverine is here, I'm going to be very interested in that as well. And I would have been interested in Battlefield very much if it didn't happen immediately after the Flight Sim reveal. So.
You know, whoever's putting the show together is like, this will fuck with Jammy's head.
Because I was like, yesterday they were like, oh, we're going to come out with a new Battlefield story trailer. And I was like, great, I love a campaign, I'll watch that. And then it got around to it and I just didn't care. But I will be rewatching that later. But that's yeah, so cool. Now Resident Evil, come on.
Right.
Or something.
All will come together as one. We fight for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywell!
Your fight is not for revenge, nor glory, nor pride.
This is your
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.
What do you think they're ending the show with? Do you think they're going to end the show with Wolverine?
Yeah, I think so. Like for us, like a Flight Sim Resi 9 reveal is like a massive, like obviously the biggest thing for PSVR2. But for like average person playing games on PS5, then yeah, it's gonna be Wolverine, I think. Like it's been hyped for so long, so it's gotta be. With a release date would be perfect as well for Wolverine, not just another, like, a gameplay look would be nice too, but it's gotta have a release date for me, I think.
Yeah. The Outcast says, yay, speakers, wow. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that they made the Pulse headset is great. Like, I don't even have the Elites. I just have the regular Pulse headset, and I love them. Like, for the price, they're phenomenal. I use them every time I use my PSVR2 headset. So Sony knows what they're doing from a sound perspective. Oh,
yeah, same here.
Hold on a second. This would be an interesting way to play my Portal. I could have the speakers on each side of my bed and play my Portal. Okay, hold on a second. This might be for me. I could be down with these if they're not too expensive. I don't know. That's probably a lie. I like to watch TV while I play my Portal.
Hi everyone, I'm Brett Elston.
And I'm Kristen Zatani.
A lot of design as well, you know.
Look at the Pulse Elevate
looking sleek.
Speakers, which bring the PlayStation audio and chat experience to your desktop with planar magnetic drivers and PlayStation Link wireless technology. Visit PlayStation blog for even more details.
Now, let's check in.
I don't know if I want my party chat being blasted at maximum volume around my house. I feel like that'd be quite disconcerting.
Just in time for spooky season. With Goat Simulator 3.
Whoever predicted monthly games for October is right on.
PlayStation Plus Essential members on
Yeah.
October 7.
Nothing too excited about. Alan Wake 2, although I never got around to finishing Alan Wake 1.
You remember me?
All right, hold on. What do we got there?
You remember me. The Last of Us Day is this Friday, September 26th. As part of Naughty Dog and PlayStation's annual celebration of this beloved series, we are thrilled to confirm the addition of The Last of Us Part 2 to the PlayStation Plus game catalog.
We don't let anybody stop us.
Come out and fight! For PS5 members, this includes The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, the definitive way to experience Ellie and Abby's story, alongside additions like the roguelike survival mode No Return.
The Last of Us 2 remastered. Lovely.
PlayStation Plus Classics catalog is extra exciting for fans of fighting games and the number 3.
Yeah, Tekken 3 was good, man. That was one of my favorite fighting games of all time, or probably my most played fighting game of all time.
Also arriving this year, another all-time classic from the PS2, Tomb Raider Anniversary. And up next, a special message from the creator behind one of PlayStation's most iconic franchises.
Interesting. I mean, this is Gran Turismo. Is it the new update that came out today? I'm gonna be talking about.
It's got to be something bigger than that, right?
I don't know.
I'm excited to share an update with you.
この2025年の6月25日に、なんとグランツリスモの、累計売上本数が
Whoa, that's a lot of units sold. Over 8 versions.
Yeah.
こういうってすごいことだなって、作ってる僕らも思うんですけれども、この1億本を
It's gonna be like a free car or something.
Right.
Okay, yeah, it is this. Yeah.
グランツリスモ7のスペック3のアップデー
Oh
ト
wait, okay, Spec 3 update.
In December.
2つの
2 brand new racetracks. That's
New
what
tracks.
Yeah.
Was that Canada I saw?
新しいサーキットエクスペリエンス
Any vehicles in circuit experience? It looked like the Canadian GP circuit to me.
皆さんのおかげで30年かけてグランツリスモは1億本を達成しました。
Yeah, it did look like
あ
that.
りがとうございます。
People have been asking that for a while. That's great.
All right, we only got a few minutes left. Let's see what we got.
Oh.
What are we doing?
Oh, is it Daytona as well? SP3, yeah.
Is that a God of War controller? Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Cool.
Oh, yes, Marina Abu Dhabi. Okay. Oh, PlayStation Studios.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Oh, this is Scully. Yeah, this is Wolverine, baby.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying.
It's violent. That's what we love to see for a Wolverine game.
Yep.
Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run. Death's always waiting. Just not for me.
I don't know how I feel about the whole like cyborg people aesthetic though. I'm not sure.
Right. I don't know. I've been so far removed from the X-Men and Wolverine for so long that I don't even know like what the premise of that is.
Neither.
No, perfect. Paul, 2026 is still a year out.
The general idea, but not a date, is it really?
Right.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics? Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the route to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
He's this ball of rage and fury, but then he could turn on a dime, and he could be very, very kind and tender in the next moment.
When we're casting for someone like Logan, what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks gritty, he looks angry, but also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of
face count, at least.
Being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one sort of works. Fans out there know what Wolverine is, who he is.
What has Liam been in before?
Try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as he applies to our story.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, he was in Spartacus, he was in Gears of War 4, and he was in I know him from The Flash, maybe?
It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
The entire game
I like
is built
that it's
around
brutal. I'm just
staying
not
true
sure about the robot,
experience.
the cyborg aesthetic. I don't
Our
know.
Insomniac stamp on that. How do we want to put our own spin and creativity, but still give something new and fresh the fans are going to be excited for?
Yeah, I'm a little the whole thing. I'm a little weirded out. I think some people in the chat are talking about the visuals. They're not loving the aesthetic of it all. And I think we've had too much time over the last 4 years to create what we think the game should look like in our head, right?
Yeah.
This is why I just don't really love when people announce a game and then go radio silent for that long. It's like, I think they should have announced it today and said, hey, look.
Yeah.
Right? And then no one would have had that chance to like create their own game in their
No
head. They're like, this
expectations.
is the game,
Yeah.
right? Because I mean, looking at it from a technical standpoint, like the draw distance just goes on forever. It looks like it's massive, whether it's open world or open area, whatever it is. It's very technically impressive. But I kind of get it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
why isn't it look a little darker and grittier and more realistic than like a Spider-Man?
It's a bit of a weird balance, isn't it? Because it's like it's incredibly violent what we're seeing right now, but it's I don't know, some of the art direction is a bit bright.
That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that we have it. It
Anyway.
was fantastic.
I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm sure. That's,
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Else you've played. That's a tough job. What's so cool for me is there was this one section of the game I got to try. It was just visceral and immediate and so incredibly satisfying, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
We're pretty excited about the artwork that we're using.
If there's anyone I trust for something like this, it's Insomniac, so I'm sure they'll they'll knock it out of the park.
Like our past games, it has a sense of urgency and forward movement and rage and fury.
I do think it looks great. And as people in the chat are saying, it's still a year out. Plenty of time to kind of give it those final touches as far as like lighting's concerned.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac Games and PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time, and that was always the goal. Making games
I love
that are
Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, so
I think fans are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited about it because I'm really proud of what we made. We are focused on making the best Wolverine game ever.
On behalf of everyone at Insomniac Games and the Wolverine team especially, we want to thank you for taking time to watch our trailer. We can't wait to show you more in spring.
Yeah, we're up to 40 minutes now, which means this has got to be the finale, right? This has to be the end of it all?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But fucking hell, I'm happy with Flight Sim. I gotta tell you that.
Well, okay, a little recap here of everything we saw. Yeah.
I think this is the only time where we've had one game for PSVR2, and I've been really content, happy, elated even.
Yeah, no, pretty crazy. This is especially considering it wasn't on our radar whatsoever. We had a list of games that we thought it might be, that we might see today. Release dates. People were saying Thief. I was saying Secret of the Mimic. We had all sorts of things. Aces of Thunder, and none of those things were here today. None of them. Resident Evil 9. Nope. That Resident Evil 9 was our super high bar, and then somehow I think. Did we clear that bar with
I think with the sheer what is going on aspect of it, yes. Yeah. I think this lineup is nothing like the leaks as well. So we threw them out a while ago, but we can definitively say they were wrong. The only time Flight Sim came up in passing was 2 minutes before the show. I went, we know the port is coming. It won't be PSVR2, but it is an Xbox game that's coming over. So that's exciting for the port side of things. Good to see those games come over. That was the only time. There's no mention of a PSVR2 port. And then there it is. That's just wild.
Yeah. I don't think, I will take one fucking over the top crazy awesome announcement over a bunch of smaller announcements any day of the week. And so this was just an absolute delight. I think that most people are going to be very, very happy walking away from this and saying Jesus, what PSVR2 is not dead. Clearly somebody at Sony is jumping up and down being convincing Microsoft Game Studios to add VR support to one of their games. It's just really, really surprising. I don't think I could be any happier, other than if they had announced Resident Evil 9 today as well.
Yeah, that would have been elated through the roof.
Right. Wow. All right, man. Well, let's get over to the PlayStation blog, because PlayStation blog is what we've been waiting for. I saw some people already posting about it in the chat throughout the course of the stream. And I think it looks like nothing but good news over there. So let's bring that up. Let's see. Is this it here? This is it. Perfect. We're going to interact with this. We got Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 soars on to PS5 December 8th. That's so soon, with PSVR2 right in the headline, dude. Right? PSVR2 support coming 2026 via free update. Bro.
That's just weird. That's so weird to see. That's so
right in the headline. Right, not just a little fucking thing later at the bottom, the very, very bottom. Also PSVR2 support and development. Yeah, no, right there. And of course, it being a free update is just more than I think anybody could possibly ask for. This is from Jorg Newman, the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator. He says the Microsoft Flight Simulator franchise has delighted pilots and simmers for over, I thought it's sinners, to be honest with you, for over 4 decades, and we are incredibly proud to bring this amazing experience to PlayStation for the first time when the game launches this December 8th on PS5 and PS5 Pro. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is the world's most advanced consumer flight simulator, offering an unprecedented level of realism and authenticity. With up to 125 highly detailed aircraft, we have developed the largest and most diverse fleet ever assembled for a flight simulator. We have an incredibly wide range of aircraft, nimble ultralights, a wide variety of general aviation aircraft, famous bush trip planes, I don't know what that means, No, okay, you don't either. Perfect. Rotorcraft, EVTOLS, airships. People in the chat are probably losing their mind. Like, Bryan, why don't you do anything? All the way to sleek business jets, a fleet of narrow and wide-body airliners, and even heavy military transporters and fighter jets. To make this PlayStation experience truly shine, we embrace the immersive features offered by the DualSense wireless controller. Adaptive triggers respond to different speeds and surface types on the ground and provide sloped resistance in the air. Communications from air traffic control play through the controller speaker, simulating the feel of a real cockpit. That is cool. I always like that. Gyro controls, light bar support, and customizable touchpad further enhance the immersion during flight. We unleashed the full power of the PS5 and the PS5 Pro, so aviation enthusiasts can now, for the first time on PlayStation, fly anywhere on the globe at any time of day or year, land at over 40,000 airports and runways, and at over 60,000 helipads. Explore all 7 continents in stunning detail. This is insane. Fly your own.
Yeah.
Fly on your own or with friends from around the world, and even fly with accurate real-time, real-world air traffic. Sinners on PS5 can test their aviation skill in some of the most visually stunning and technically detailed aircraft with accurate aerodynamics, fully flight tested by real pilots. PSV, this is where we get excited.
This is us.
Everybody, this is us. Yeah, here, stand up. PSVR2 owners will be able to experience the entire game through their headset and Sense controllers with a free update that will be available in 2026. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 introduces an all-new career system that helps new pilots learn how to fly the many different types of aircraft. Virtual pilots will have access to a nearly unlimited number of missions and activities all over the world. Start your aviation career to gain experience and build your reputation, enabling you to unlock exciting missions in firefighting, search and rescue, aerial construction,
awesome.
Agriculture, and more. In addition to career missions, PS5 sinners can test their skill with a variety of landing challenges. This is something starting to feel like Pilot Wings, rally races, and more, as well as compete against other players in the new Challenge League. After the thrill of competition, PlayStation pilots can take a more relaxing flight to explore and photograph famous locations or landmarks, and even search for exotic animals all over the world. Coinciding with the PS5 launch, for the first time, players will be able to break the sound barrier in America's first civil supersonic jet, Boom Supersonics Demonstrator XB1. Developed by Asobo Studio in partnership with Microsoft Game Studios, the PlayStation 5 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 will continue to be updated with both free world updates and sim updates. The simulator also includes a robust marketplace filled with new aircraft, airports, and more from a very active and talented third-party creator community. Join us in the skies to experience the thrill of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on PS5 and PS5 Pro. Pre-order any edition and receive the famous aircraft on December 8th, the Northrop T-38A Talon. For those who pre-order Deluxe Premium, blah, 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 you'll also receive early access to Simulator December 3rd. The sky is calling.
That is, yeah, I mean, everything that we really wanted from a flight sim ever. But a couple things there I want to kind of dissect. Well, 2 things really. One is the plane side of things. They talk about a marketplace there. I believe there's also third-party content in that, but I think some of the planes that are made by Asobo and the team are paid for. So it's a bit like DCS World on PC. So you get the game and then you'll be buying aircraft or packs of aircraft, but you will get a lot of stuff, I think, base game. And then they say the sky is calling, but this game, if I remember right, also allows you to get out and explore on the ground, allowing you to get out your plane, land, take photos of wildlife and stuff like that. So I wonder if that will also be in the PSVR 2 mode.
Yeah, I mean, my that's my assumption, right? Like it's like the whole game, right?
It's got to be everything, surely. Yeah.
Let's get through some tips here. Salvador with the $5 tip says, the fake flight sim is going to sell big the next time it's on sale. I think, did we already, sorry, did I already read that one? Maybe I read somebody's comment in the chat that was similar to it. But yeah, totally Salvador. I think that's totally going to be a thing. We also got Alejandro D, the 2Y Underground Stranger Game Cat ran with a $2 tip says, I'll finally use my HOTUS. Happy State of Play Day Game Cats. Bro, My HOTAS is still in a box right over there. I can see it. It's still in the Amazon box that it shipped in, just waiting for Aces of Thunder patiently. I mean, man, Aces of Thunder should still be up at the end of October. So hopefully we'll be doing that sooner than Flight Simulator, right? Woo! Now let's try the game feeling with the $5 tip. Says, happy flying to us all, Game Cats. Hell yeah, man. This is something to be excited about. And honestly, like whether it's, I've never had an interest in flight simulators before. Never. I do not want to sit at my computer and be a pilot or even on my couch and be a pilot. I just zero interest. VR changes everything, right? VR makes these kind of experiences just incredible. It takes them from something that you might not be interested in, but is incredible for the people who are, into something that everyone's kind of interested in. And that's why I've always loved VR, because it's gotten me into genres I don't care about. It's got me playing all sorts of games I wouldn't otherwise care about, and that's why I'm suddenly excited for this, where I would never play it on the flat screen. But I think this is massive. This is a huge deal.
Yeah, I mean, I have tried it out in the flat. Just because, I mean, the cloud simulation and some of the systems in the game are really, really impressive in the flat on their own. But yeah, VR is going to change everything. I'm going to actually learn the systems properly, how to fly properly. It's going to be great.
GabeCat, specifically a White Tiger with the Canadian $2 tip, says, no FNAF, no Aces, no RE9. Where will we see these? I don't, honestly, man, like I said at the beginning of the show, like I did think Secret of the Mimic was going to be there, but that was sort of putting aside what I had said already, saying I don't think this is the place for updates on games, right? This isn't the place. State of Plays isn't where we get release dates on games we already knew about, or updates on games, or hey, here's a new trailer of something we already showed you a trailer for. For the most part, it doesn't do that. And so, but I was like, man, Secret of the Mimic needs to be revealed for PSVR2. And so I think they're going to be doing that, like I said, on the PlayStation blog, on the PlayStation YouTube channel.
Something like that, yeah.
Right? And I'm sure those announcements will be a little underwhelming, right? And not given like the love that they probably need. But save State of Play for like the bigger new announcements, the bigger exciting stuff. Yeah. And so, but that leads us to question, where will Resident Evil 9 be announced?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's always possible we'll just see a PSVR2 logo at the end of something on, what's Jeff Keighley's thing called? Not Summer Game Fest, VR Game Awards.
The
Game Awards.
The Game Awards. It's just the Game Awards. Yeah, I was trying to think of a more complicated name than that, but that is just what it's called.
Yeah. And so, we could just see a PSVR2 logo pop up there. We could see it at Capcom's event early next year. We got plenty of time before this game comes out, right? And yes, I am disappointed we didn't see it today, right? Because this was the first time I was like, I think it's gonna happen. I think it's about to happen, and it didn't, which is fine. But there are still plenty of opportunities before the game launches. So don't give up hope. If Sony's going to give money to Microsoft for Flight Simulator, I could absolutely see them doing it to Capcom all over again, like they've been doing constantly. I did see somebody in the chat saying the big question is whether it's going to be running reprojected or 90 native. I don't think that's a big question. I think, based on everything Jammy said about how like intensive this game is from a spec standpoint, if it runs at 90 native, like I think that would be some sort of, voodoo black magic. I don't think that's even possible.
So. I think it's definitely going to be reprojected. Even on the Pro, I would say maybe they can use the positional reprojection they use in GT7 on the Pro, maybe, which could alleviate some of it. It does, from what I hear, I don't have a Pro, but has artifacting in certain places, which the normal reprojection algorithm doesn't have. But I think it's overall a smoother experience. So maybe we could see that. But I think that base frame rate will be 60.
Yeah, I think so too. Absolutely, it'll be reprojected. But I also think that with something like Flight Simulator, where the ground is moving so slowly underneath you, it appears to be moving slowly because of how high up you are. I don't think it's the end of the world. Yeah. It honestly wasn't an issue for me in Gran Turismo, right? Because you were generally going forward the whole time.
Yeah, I barely noticed it.
We also got Mark. What's up? Mark says with a $2 tip, no Aces of Thunder release still. It's ridiculous. But no, again, like it's October 28th. Like,
yeah, we kind of know it should be around there.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think we'll get one more trailer on the PlayStation YouTube channel with a release date, and that'll be the end of it. And we can all, move on with our lives.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous though, Mark. I do agree, because it's just like trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer and update after update. I'm burned out.
Yeah.
So, man, hopefully that game's good to warrant all of this excitement. Joey Batch 33 with the level 1 membership says, "Holy shit!"
That was us.
Yep,
that was us.
Yeah, it doesn't get too much better than that. Tristan, the VR Gamecast, says the eye tracked foveated rendering is going to do some heavy lifting on this one. Yeah, I agree. And that's how these graphically intensive games actually make it to make it to VR, because that's the only way it's going to happen, with a little bit of love from the eye tracking on PSVR2, and that is why there was so much buzz around PSVR2 before it launched, because it was going to allow these games to run just as good in the headset as it does on the flat screen. And
here we are.
Yeah, this will be making some good use of it for sure.
It's worth mentioning as well for that Gran Turismo update. Well, obviously that is also PSVR2 for us. That is Yas Marina Circuit and Canada, the Canadian GP track. So those are the two tracks coming. The new tire model as well with Dunlop, 8 new cars, apparently improvements to online races, but I don't really know what that'll be. And then a bunch of other small stuff. So that's what we're getting there. So that's also exciting for sure. That's December.
Newcomer with the 50 Donkey Kong countries says, as someone who doesn't play horror or shooters, wow, that's limiting. Also, I feel bad for you. I can't describe how big a game like Microsoft Flight Simulator, along with a major GT7 update is. You'll get Resident Evil 9 later. Yep. Listen, I honestly think this was important for people like Newcomer. And so many people who are constantly in my comments saying, "I'm so sick of horror games, so tired of horror games." It's like, I feel for you. I don't feel that bad for you, because I do love horror games, right? And I was just talking about how, I play so many genres in VR that I wouldn't normally play, right? And so it weirds me out a little bit that people aren't as experimental as I am when it comes to VR games. Like, oh, really? When you hear a game is awesome, but it's not really something you normally get into, you just ignore it. Everyone's different, but man, VR makes everything better. That's been the tagline of this channel for almost a decade now. And man, you should definitely check out some horror games, especially the Resident Evil games, and definitely play some shooters.
I never got into them, and then as soon as I put on the headset, Resident Evil went from a franchise I was not interested in to a franchise I will now be there every time as long as it's in VR. So I'd recommend giving it a try. I back your statement 100% on that.
Yeah, and so but again, we're not all like me. We're not all like you. And so, so this, I agree with Newcomer. This is a very, very important announcement. As Games with T in the chat, what's up, dude? Says the PSVR2 has just marked itself as one of the greatest headsets to buy for simulator games. Absolutely. Good.
Yeah.
All you need is Gran Turismo 7 and Microsoft Flight Simulator, and you're good. Right? Like you don't even need any other headsets. You don't need any other games. You're good. You don't even need flat screen games anymore. Your life has been taken care of. Izzard in the chat says, well, actually, had to do it, man. Had to do it. All right, listen, we're still gonna do Gamescast tonight, but we're gonna push it back just a little bit to around 6:30. So I'm gonna go get that stream set up, and then we can do a regular show with me and Wes and talk more about Flight Simulator 2024 coming to PSVR 2, which is awesome, guys. Thank you so much for being here and watching this with us and dealing with some really loud music at the beginning of the stream accidentally. My bad. Jammy, thanks for being here. Everybody in the chat, make sure you go subscribe to Jammy. Let's. Are you over? You're not over 20K yet, right? You're really close.
Almost. We're like 400 people away, so we're
come on,
close.
Guys. If everybody in the chat, come on, go click the link in the description. Actually, I don't know if I put the link in the description, but I'll make sure I pin it in the comments. Go over to youtube.com/@JammyHero and subscribe to him, doing all sorts of good VR work over there. Jammy, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I mean, it's for moments like this that I think is like the peak of these shows, is when something like that happens, and I'm completely fucking zoned out, and then you go PSVR2 mode, and I go, what? And it's such a good feeling to be here with you, everybody else watching this. So thank you for having me. I am now going to go and record a hasty video where I freak out about this announcement.
Excellent. And thank you, everybody. We know that you could have watched this pretty much anywhere, and without us talking over it the whole time. So we appreciate that you being here, hanging out, and wanting to be here to to react with us. That's so special. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you in a half an hour for a regular episode of PSVR Gamescast Live. Bye, everyone.